Folks, it's 9 o'clock. We'd like to get started with the pledge and a prayer. I don't think it is. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Gracious Lord, as we come before you today, we just ask you bless our meeting and be with us and guide and direct us as we make the decisions that we need to conduct business in this county. And we just ask you to be with all the people who travel through our community, that you keep them safe, especially with our employees and people who put themselves at harm. We just ask you to be with us now in Jesus' name. Amen. I think it sounded pretty good. Like call the meeting to, that just doesn't sound right. Call the meeting to order and entertain a motion for the signing of the claims and minutes.
So moved.
It's been moved and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We do not have our Veteran of the Month. It's on the agenda, but apparently something has happened in his life that he's not able to be here this morning. So if we keep him in our prayers, and we can, our Veteran Service Officer can work with him and maybe bring him back to us at a later date. Okay. We'll move right on to County Highway Superintendent Steve Moriarty. Good morning, Steve.
Morning. I bring before you today an agreement between the City of Warsaw and the Kosciusko County Highway Department. They've so graciously been willing to help us out. We no longer have full capacity of our salt barn because it's full, and they just put up a new one. And the City of Warsaw has signed their portion of the agreement, saying that they'll allow us to store our excess salt until next winter.
Okay.
And I'd like to
Make a motion to approve. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to the memorandum of understanding with the City of Warsaw for salt storage. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Well, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, and
Well,
thanks
you're
to the City of Warsaw and the mayor for
Thank you.
allowing that. So.
Good for them. Good for us. Thank you, Steve. Kedco, Susie Light. Susie has a guest with her this morning.
Susie is so excited to have a guest with her today. I'd like to introduce you to Peggy Friday. Peggy is our new CEO at Kedco. So while you might see me occasionally, you will see more of Peggy than you will of me. So Peggy, if you'd get a quick introduction of yourself to the gentleman, please.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here and to be in Kosciusko County. I come from the city of Rochelle, Illinois, about 90 miles straight west of the city of Chicago. I used to work for U.S. Senator Peter Fitzgerald, and then I transitioned to the city of Rochelle, where I worked in economic development. I had some chamber experience during that time, but mainly in industrial development. And I look forward to meeting and working with each of you, and it's just a pleasure to be in Kosciusko County.
Well, welcome, Peggy. Good to
Thank
have
you.
you on board at Kedco.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Have any further comments, gentlemen?
Excited to have her on board.
Met before, and I'm
you.
excited to see what's gonna take place now.
Okay. Thank you, Susie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Purdue Extension Director, Andy Farrell, with his quarterly update. Good morning, Andy. Looks like you have a guest with you today, too.
Oh, yeah, I just have one of the other educators with me. We're going to give our Purdue Extension update to you over the last quarter. In the 4-H world, I have done about 59 learning events to our youth, about 2,000 hours of instruction. We've had about 3,000 youth contacts with that. I've got 534 members signed up in the 4-H world, getting ready to go for our fair July 6th through the 12th for our end of things. I've got 142 kindergarten through second grade kids signed up for our mini 4-H program, and that all gets taken care of with 265 adult volunteers that help put that program together and help me. I've done a lot, like I said, I've done a lot of learning events here with the 4-H program and getting contacts with youth. I've got partnerships with Grace College, Baker Youth Club, all the school corporations. I've been to Milford, Warsaw Schools, Pearston, and Tippecanoe Valley. And then we hosted a 4-H camp that partnered with 11 other counties here at Epworth Forest. And we had about 300 kids at that camp as well. So we just completed that 1st of June. So in the 4-H world, we've been busy. One of my other colleagues in the Purdue Extension office is Emily Kreska. She's the agriculture and natural resource educator. She is actually on vacation, so couldn't present today. So I'm going to speak on her behalf real quick, and then I'll pass it to Shannon. Emily has done 64 learning events, about 104 hours of instruction. She's gotten to about 2,364 people within the county on programs in agriculture and natural resources. She's had about 40 Purdue Extension Master Gardeners in a class right now. She's taught to at least 79 Kosciusko residents to become Master Gardeners themselves. Emily is partnered with the Lilly Centers for Lakes and Streams to offer a Growing Together, which is a 4-part gardening series for women. And so far, they've educated 40 women in the county, talking about growing microgreens, composting, growing seeds indoors, and planting a garden. And then she is also partnering with another A&R educator in a neighboring county to offer hands-on women and egg skills training, where they have learned how to do lots of different agricultural skills that maybe they haven't been able to be exposed to before, such as giving injections, tattooing animals, ear tagging, identifying, and just giving women the confidence to take on the skills on the homestead. So far, she's educated 41 women in the county with that program as well. So those are two of our departments, and I'll hand it over to Shannon to talk about the Health and Human Services.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Shannon
Good morning.
Shepherd, and I'm the Health and Human Science Educator for Purdue Extension. From August to June 1st, I've conducted 231 lessons for the year, had contact with over 1,520 adults and 3,642 youth, so been a little busy with that. One of the programs we did was with Tippecanoe Valley and Whitco High School called Reality Store. I reached 1,540 youth by conducting that program. What we do is it's an interactive sessions where we guide students through creating a career, finances, and lifestyle choices. We create a budget with them, we plan meals, and then we do a simulation where we do real-life financial transactions through that program. Another program that we did within the community is called Captain Cash. We went into 3 Kosciusko County classrooms, hoping to get that up next year. We reached 67 youth in that, and in that program, we teach kids about earning, saving, spending, and borrowing money. Then we had a total of 8 programs that we delivered to the County Employee Health and Wellness Initiative, and we had 77 to 92 employees participate in each one of these programs. Out of that, we did the Get Walking program. Is it okay to do that? Okay. The Get Walking program, we had 98 employees actually get the emails, but 67 participants actually tracked their steps and how much water they drink on a weekly basis. We had 8 employees that got over 1 million steps in that program, and we have certificates to hand out to them, if that's okay to go ahead and do.
Yes.
Okay, so the first one is Rhonda, and sorry if I say the last name wrong. I have it as Weishan. Is
Wheezy hand?
Weezyhan? Thank you. And no, okay.
She's not.
Eric Sorensen. I saw Eric.
We also have a $25 gift card from the Health and Wellness Committee to recognize the
Eric,
employees.
just a second, I'll give you this as part of the program.
Oops. Okay. Yeah, all of them got over 1 million, so that's really good. Jessica Shield,
Auditor's office, they
hopefully
discussed
that's
it. I
right.
have no idea. So that's pretty neat.
Nope. Cheryl McGettrick. Michelle Hayden. Michelle Holler.
She's not here today.
She's not
on
here.
I can take it for her.
Okay, I'll give you all of them that.
Yeah.
Brooke Greer, hopefully. Okay. And the last is Shane Booker. Shane Booker. They're good. And I'll give these to Sherry,
Quite successful.
if you don't, at Marcia. Thanks, Marcia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for everything you do for the youth and community and your participation in that program. And it's all good. Next on our agenda is Lucas Fonseca. Is that correct, Lucas? Language matters is the topic he's bringing to us this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me today. I'm really excited to be here to just tell you a little bit about an initiative that has been helping a lot of people in our community, and we're having great results. To give you just a little bit of background, about 2 years ago, we conducted a study for the city of Warsaw and the Hispanic community in town. The idea was to better understand how we can make city services more accessible, and we did that by getting information from both the Hispanic community and also the city departments. In doing that, we found a lot of alignment between both parties, and we were able to get, information that allowed us to implement solutions that both sides determined and they thought would help the community. So I don't know if you have the packets that we sent.
Yes,
but
we do.
the first page, it's just, and I didn't bring more copies, I'm sorry about that. But that just shows an abstract of the final report we presented to the city of Warsaw, showing that alignment between community members and city departments. And we use that information to implement solutions to support the community. Just waiting if you guys are looking for those.
We don't have it.
Oh, you don't have them? Well, there were a bunch of numbers anyway, so I wasn't going to, oh.
Yeah, we had them on the computer. Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
we had them on our cell phones, yeah.
Okay. So this is
Thank you,
just to
Rhonda.
show that we have a lot of numbers that gave us information and data for us to implement solutions, and implement solutions that weren't just our idea, but they were, the idea of the community members and also city departments as we look to make these services more accessible. So the three services that I want to just highlight, we implemented several solutions, but three of them were cultural training, in which we were able to train city employees and give them a little bit of an understanding on how our Hispanic culture works and contrast with our own culture here in the U.S. The second service that we offered was the translation of city documents, and we took the time to go to every single city department and identify all of the customer-facing documents so that we could translate those and make sure that we can use them with the community. We also wanted to make that more sustainable, so we offered that service, and now we're able to translate at any point. Should any city employee need any translation for any reason, they can just email us and we can work with them to translate different things. We've worked on the CARES website to make that available in Spanish. That has a lot of information about nonprofits and a lot of mental health resources in the community. And we've also translated simple things like invoices, forms that are filled out in a different language. So that's been very good to have that resource available to the city. And then the third thing that is the one that I'm the most excited about, the service that is the reason that I wanted to be here today, is our call center or information center. was implemented to function to work as an interpretation line for community members and the city of Warsaw. But one thing that we started realizing when we implemented that solution is that a lot of the services in our community connect at some point. And so something that might be city becomes county quickly, or it could be state. People don't know what's what. And this doesn't just go for Spanish speakers, but happens for a lot of people in our community. And so we've expanded the call center to work and to help us navigate people through the community and connect them with the resources that we have available in town. That's, again, another reason that I'm here today is because I want to make sure that we can collaborate, that we can make known the services and initiatives that are, underway. And that's why I've been collaborating with local organizations, making sure that we can all be on the same page when it comes to these efforts so that we can make these initiatives more efficient. I have a few people from Libo Kosciusko that are here to support. We're looking at a partnership, again, to make these services more robust. The city, of course, has been our main partner in making this possible. Mayor Gross was the one that said, these services connect. It is very difficult to only serve our community when it's only city services because, all the services connect. And so my vision, and again, the reason I'm here today is to make you aware of this initiative, see how we could hopefully collaborate so that we can help even more people. Last month was our best month so far with the call center. We had over 100 interactions through the call center, and we got calls about very different topics, county things, city, BMB, school system, health system. And so we're starting to see that as the service grows, everybody at every organization should be aware of it so that we can better collaborate and make this more, not just the city, but it could be a county initiative. The last thing that I thought would be worth mentioning today is that, and I'm sorry I don't have the packets with me, but this has been our biggest or most important means of marketing to the community. It's just a card that we've been handing out to people with the call center number, and they can call and they can get the services they need. Again, it is very important to me because it's a navigation tool that allows community members to connect with the right resources that are already being offered in our community. But Mayor Gross and I went last month to offer these cards to the Catholic Church, Our Lady of Guadalupe. And that was the same month we had the most interactions, so it just speaks volumes to how we can build a relationship with our Hispanic community and make sure that they're being included and that we can connect them with the right resources. And so I'm very thankful to Mayor Gross for the partnership, for believing in a service that now after 2 years is showing great results. And I also want to make sure that if we can include more partners and more organizations, that we can all work together to make these services better. The last person I want to mention is Amy, of course. There's so many people I want to mention, but Susie and Amy have been working to connect with everybody in town because I want to make sure that I understand what's happening and that they know what we are doing so that we can all, collaborate. So thank you so much for letting me speak today. Again, I'm just here to make people aware of this service, and I appreciate your time.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Appreciate the information. Commissioners have anything? Nothing? Okay. Thank you, Lucas. Recorder, Deb Wright.
Hello.
Good morning, Deb.
Morning, Deb.
How are y'all this morning?
Good, good, good.
Good. So we have, our software company, CSI, has partnered with a new company called Equity Protect, and it's a proactive approach to property fraud. What they do, just real briefly, they file what's called a UCC, which is just a general lien type thing. So they file a lien, this UCC lien, and then, so the theory is if somebody's trying to take your property to finance it and get money out of it, that's a red flag when they do title work, and so then the process stops, and then that prevents somebody from stealing your property. So it's got 3 different levels. There's a free level, and there's a free risk assessment, which anybody can do. There's a couple paid levels where if you have the paid level and something does get through, they will actually provide assistance in getting that reversed. But there's no cost to the county. It's just a more proactive way to approach the property fraud problem.
Okay.
So.
Who covers the cost then, if there's no cost to the county?
So if you do a paid level, I mean, obviously the citizen is going to pay for that. So yeah, they do, like I said, they do have free levels, but there's not any cost to us. It's up to the citizen to do whatever they would want to do. So, yeah, just another service to provide.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just
So
brought
that's,
that.
that's available to anybody and everybody?
Yep, in
the first
Kosciusko
step.
County, it's pretty new in the state. I think we're like the second county to do this officially. So, yeah, so it's pretty new. But anybody in Kosciusko County then would be able to access it.
Okay. Do you have anything further?
Thanks.
No, thank you, Jeff.
Okay, thank
Deb,
you.
for Due diligence and protecting the taxpayer,
We're
the
trying.
property owners of the
We
county.
get so many questions about it, and
sure.
it's, I mean, there's commercials out there that scare the heck out of people, so we kind of liked this because it's a more proactive,
Yeah,
so.
we're hearing more and more about property fraud all the time.
All the
So
time.
I appreciate your being in the vanguard of that.
Absolutely, thank you.
Sheriff's Department? Like Chris is not here, so we got Michael Mulligan.
He is not. Good morning. So I'm here to present ask for approval for a federal grant to help with the operating expenses of the KCRP program. If awarded the grant, it would be up to $1 million. And that grant cycle would run from October the 1st of 2024 through September the 30th of 2027. So it's a 3-year grant. It's a reimbursement grant, so it would be no cost to the county. And we have went in front of the council also last week, and they have approved. So we're just asking for the commissioner's approval to help fund that program.
Okay. I'm on that committee, and they're going in directions that are really necessary, should have been done in past years, and we're playing catch-up, I think. So to be able to get part of this, even part of this money would be a big shot in the arm as far as helping people who have opioid or addiction problems,
Very much so.
getting them treatment and getting them out of the jail, and then continuing that treatment on, so.
And Casey's done an outstanding job in
Oh,
helping
yes.
facilitate that, so.
Yeah, sheriff's fortunate to have her on board.
Very much
This is
so.
great. Okay.
I'd make a motion to approve that.
Second that?
It's been a motion approved on the second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Betcha. Oh, area plan. It's 9:15 at least.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
We got a couple things bringing to you this morning, and the first two are rezonings. And the first one we've got is a rezoning for Weiss. Let me lay out the map for this one. We are in the unincorporated area of Atwood, and
The metropolis.
that's right, Mount Kosciusko, Atwood. If you remember, a couple months back, we had a rezoning on the old bank that's right across from the property that was just torn down. We're right now to the west of that. There's a residence right there. That whole property strip was owned commercial. Now the only piece left that's commercial is that residence. What the petitioner was looking at doing is rezoning that lot from commercial to residential, which is the use that's actually happening there. Makes sense, really, as a commercial tract, not a great property for that, for a number of different reasons. Ultimately, though, the Plan Commission did pass this on with a favorable recommendation, unanimous, to rezone.
This was the old cafe, right?
Correct, yep, Old Cafe.
Okay, is there anyone else here to speak in favor of this? Anyone in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close it to the public and have our discussion.
Make a motion to accept the recommendation. It's kind of a no-brainer. Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Second that?
it's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, appreciate that.
Next one, we got another rezoning for you. This one is up just to the south and east of Wabi Lake. And this is for McCreary. Right there, that tract of ground that is highlighted in blue. Color coding, just for your reference, everything in yellow is residential, everything non-shaded is agricultural. Petitioner has a 9.4 acre tract of ground. This one should look fairly familiar too. Not too long ago did it come to the commissioners to ask to go from ag to residential. There was a previous owner, they thought that a buyer may look at dividing it. Didn't happen, went to one owner. That owner now would like to go from residential back to agricultural. And again, if you see everything on the south side of Mock Road there, pretty consistently ag. So again, they have no intention of splitting, so their request was to go from residential to ag. And that recommendation is passed on with a favorable unanimous recommendation to rezone.
Make a motion.
Anybody here to speak in favor of or in opposition to? In favor of, please step to the microphone and give us your name, please.
Esther Hoover,
Okay.
Kim McCrary.
Okay, Kim.
I'll go ahead and talk.
Let's see, I got a coin, we'll flip
Guess
it.
I'm
You ready?
talking. No,
Okay, you
so-
won. Go
So
ahead.
this is our family farm.
Yeah.
And has been in the family for years. My family will be the sixth generation living there.
Wow.
My girls, we have 3 young girls. They're interested in animals. They want horses, cows, pigs.
Where's that 4-H guy? Is
Yeah,
he
I
still
was
here?
gonna
He's
tell you,
still-
4-H guy.
Go
I was
ahead.
thinking about that. So
Yeah.
they want to do 4-H.
Sure.
And so we just want to be able to have animals. We're in the process of trying to restore the property back to its original glory. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
great.
there's no reason for us to have it residential.
okay, very good.
Same.
Okay,
We lived
ditto.
in the adjacent property. In fact, Brad said, well, if you want it bad enough, buy it. So we did.
Ditto, there you go.
Said if you want to control it, but.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
You can
So
raise.
anyway, so it actually puts, we own 3 of the sections to the west on the map. And so it actually puts the Hoover Farm back together
Wow,
in the non-tillable ground.
sure.
So it'll involve, the marsh and the woods, but we're keeping it separated. I mean,
Sure,
deeded
differently.
as it is.
Sure,
But, but if in the future we want to make it combined, it would be.
sounds like an
Let's say
all-American
grandma
dream.
gets to see the grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like something that everybody would aspire to. It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Renovation of
Okay.
a house, though, that was built in 1800s.
Okay, thank you very much, appreciate your input.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll entertain the motion, all in favor signify by saying aye.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Oh, okay, my bad, I thought we did that. It's been moved and seconded, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good.
All right. The last thing
Thank you,
we
Matt.
got for you is bringing it back. And I'm actually going to be turning it over to Andy here, but last hearing, you guys heard a recommendation sent to you on an ordinance amendment on cargo containers. That was sent back to the Plan Commission for some consideration that was done. Plan Commission chewed it back over, and this has been in the works for about 6 months. So we took it back to them, they brought it back, and I'm going to turn it over to Andy because he's done the heavy lifting on this one.
Yes, he has, thank you.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I've got copies of it if you need it. This is just what I sent to you after the last area plan commission meeting
Okay.
via email. Essentially, we just addressed some of the concerns that Mr. Snyder and his clients brought before us at the last commissioners meeting. Some minor changes as far as verbiage goes that were definitely a good addition. Other than that, it's relatively unchanged from the last time I presented it to you.
They addressed as part of the area plan board, we addressed the major things that the commissioners had as questions as far as aesthetics and that type of thing, which I think was a good change. We're glad Mr. Snyder and his client brought that to us. So they were very diligent, area plan was, in taking a look at what they suggested as well as the previous amendment. And so that's what we have before us today.
And it still does not allow it to be in residential.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I make a
Okay.
motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for all your
Appreciate it.
work on that and all the conversations and everything.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
going to jump into, make sure to get this covered. There is going to be a 6-month grace period essentially on this because we do have a lot of violations out there. Trying to get those in process to get them legal, give folks a chance to get those legal, no extra permit fees or changed to according to the new ordinance. So it is effective immediate, but 6 months for those folks who may have some issues.
Pre-existing.
So,
I applaud you for that.
don't
That's
worry.
good.
You're welcome. Okay, any office holder to the, or department head have business with us today? County Attorney Ed Ormsby?
No public report.
Nothing today. Marcia McSherry, County Administrator?
I do have an item. Before I give the formal proposal, I'd just like to give a little background information, and that would be on our Health and Wellness Committee and some of the activities that we have done here in the past several years. First, let me say that we have recognized benefits, and it benefits our employees, and we have seen savings in our health insurance renewal due to our health and wellness program and what we initiate during that programming. We have an annual program that runs 10 months of the year. The other 2 months of the year are spent doing biometrics and preparing for the next year. We've had a couple of programs that we ran this past year. It included a 3-phase. It was for diabetics, pre-diabetics, and people that had a certain BMI range that could push them into the pre-diabetics. Both of those programs ran successfully. We saw weight loss in those programs. We saw a decrease in the A1C for these people. We saw decrease in medications that are being taken for these people that gives them a better health. They're happy, better employees because of that, and it also, in the end, helps our health insurance renewal. Those people on the committee are Bobby Burkhart, Rob Bishop, Cheryl McGettrick, and Darren Longenecker. Creative Benefits serves as a consultant, and Shannon Shepard, that we just heard from for the Get Walking program at Purdue Extension, is also a consultant to the committee. Our request today has to do with the YMCA. We have been offered a corporate membership. The committee supports this. These things are paid from anything that we do for health and wellness. It's paid out of our health insurance fund. These are not tax dollars that support our health insurance fund. The corporate membership, we've put together a package that we're proposing. The county would pay $20, a flat contribution for any employee that would like to participate. There are different levels for participation as far as age, or if it's a family, we would just pay the $20. So an estimate, if we had 30 employees that wanted to participate, for the remainder of this year, the county would be paying $3,600. For a full year, it would be $7,200. And we would consider this in the budgeting. We have support from the Wellness Committee. Rob Bishop is very supportive of it, as is Cheryl McGettrick. She was one of our main steppers for the Get Walking program. So the formal request is support from the commissioners with pending the review and acceptance and approval of the contract with the Y. Ed would have to review it, but we would like to see this move forward as another part of our health and wellness program.
And just, my understanding was that the $20 is only a percentage or a portion of it, so there is
Correct.
some investment on the part of the person
Yes.
that works here, and then also, you were gonna have some sort of a monitoring system that wasn't
Yes,
used?
the Health and Wellness Committee, we've discussed this. We feel like the employees need to have a little skin in the game for this. If someone was over the age of 60 and participated in the program, the fee is $37 for a month. The county would pay $20 of that. They would pay the remainder. And there was a monitoring in place that if they didn't use the program within a certain period of time, then the county would no longer fund their part of the program. They could continue, but they would be paying the full amount.
Marcia, also, I think you mentioned that merit officers would be free.
Yes, if the county initiates this program, the merit officers for the sheriff would be free. They could absolutely have their family members, but they would still be responsible for paying those. And this would be through a I've talked with HR, they're very much in support of this, as far as the reporting and onboarding of new employees. Also, this is a program that would be a payroll deduction, so that's, the county would pay up front, and then the county would be, they would pay their share of it out of their payroll deduction for the year.
Okay. So they can participate or not participate. And if they don't participate over a certain period of time, if you're over 60, you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
So,
And the Health and Wellness Committee feels like getting our employees moving is very important to their health, happier, healthier employees. We have the one that opened down the street. We have one at Webster that people up there could use, and they can also use the one out, the facility out on 30. So it's not just one place that they could use it, but they could go to all 3 different places and use this. If they participated in any of the programming classes, there's no charge for that. Any leagues, there's a small fee for that.
okay. Very good.
Could save us money on health insurance.
We have seen savings through our health and wellness program. And one thing I did not mention, this was just the last program that we did, and it's very important for this area. We were awarded a $5,000 grant from the Indiana Cancer Consortium. The Wellness Committee recommended that we do the skin cancer awareness, and we purchased packets of skin or sunscreen to pass out to all the employees. So everyone received a 3-ounce packet of sunscreen as well as a lip balm with sunscreen protection. So that was the last thing that the program did to support. So we just feel like this would be another step in moving forward our program.
Very good. Sounds like it's all inclusive, and you're giving a lot of thought to the health and wellness of our employees, and that's a great thing, I feel. Okay, do you have a motion to?
I'd make the motion.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Very good. Thank you, Marcia.
Thank you. I just want to make sure that that is understood, that it's pending review and approval of the contract by Ed.
Okay, very good.
That's all I have. Thank you.
You're welcome. County Auditor, Rhonda Helser.
So I'm here today requesting approval of the 25 holiday calendar and the meetings, department head meetings and council meetings calendar.
I
You should have
noticed
received
Christmas is
that.
on Thursday this year, right? It'll be a long weekend for a lot of people. huh?
Yeah.
Okay, entertain a motion to accept the calendar.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rhonda. Appreciate that. Any further business to come before the commissioners this morning? Seeing none, we'll see you back here on July 2nd.
Sorry, I got signed up on the paper. I apologize. Is that okay?
I'm sorry, what?
I had signed on the paper to talk about something. Is that okay?
And your name is, come to the microphone, please. I don't know that we have a sign-in sheet to talk, but we can allow. What's your subject matter, sir?
In relation to what Language Matters CEO Lucas Fonseca mentioned, and just a different topic of another side of the coin. My name is Leo Patiño. I'm the new director for adult education at Warsaw Schools. Dave Bailey has concentrated on only doing Gateway now.
Right.
So they've hired a director of adult education that will only concentrate on adult education. We're located over Ivy Tech.
And that's you?
I'm that guy.
Oh.
Hello, welcome. Anyway.
Yeah,
so-
welcome to me. Welcome. Welcome to me. There you go.
So in regard
you.
to what Lucas was mentioning earlier about the resources and that accessible information that the community is needing, the other side to that coin is, well, that's great that you're translating this information into their language, but the other side of that coin is, how can we help them acclimate to the culture and start learning English? One aspect of adult education is English language learners, and that's available to anybody that's wanting to learn English. We're starting to see an increase in the Haitian community. They don't speak Spanish. Some of them do, because they share an island with Dominicans, and they speak Spanish, but they speak French, Creole. So there's that sort of language barrier there now that exists. But to my point, one of the things, one of my objectives is to grow the English language learner program extensively.
There you go.
To the point where we're actually creating amazing gains. We're judged by the Department of Workforce Development. That's who, I mean, your tax dollars and workforce development is who pays our salaries. One of the things that we're doing is making sure that we're having amazing, accurate curriculum that can show level gains from level 1 to level 6. Technically, level 6 would be a person that is fluent. I haven't taken the test. I'd love to see where I land on that. Maybe at level 5 or 6, I would like to think. English is my second language, but still, there's always room for improvement, right? So I just wanted to speak on that part, that the other side of that coin is there are current efforts right now within our community that are at no cost to the community that we are trying to teach people English, conversational, written, and reading. So it is important, and I just wanted to let you know that is happening. Obviously, we would want the support of the community. We're going to be servicing Kosciusko and Fulton County. So we belong to Region 2, which is everything north of us, Elkhart, St. Joe, and I think that there's one other county, but Marshall, yes, sorry, Marshall. Marshall County, we're Region 2. So we're going to be collaborating together and making sure that we have a good curriculum that is going to be adequate to the needs of our community. So I just wanted to let you know about that. And just another thing is, we've got some amazing things going on for Warsaw. Adult education, we want the community to be aware of it. That's part of my job. We haven't had that presence before. So I know there's some people in this room that know me, and you can ask them. I'm an all right guy. I'm here to help. I'm here to be a resource and an asset to our community in whichever way I can. I'm passionate about education and opportunity, and that's the name of my game. But just know that we're continuing the efforts and making sure that all of our community in Kosciusko County, in Warsaw, and the surrounding communities have equitable access to all the resources so that we can thrive.
I applaud what you're doing because that, to me, is the most important side of the coin, because you talk about opportunity. There's way more opportunity once you learn the language.
Yes.
At least, like you said, conversationally.
Yeah.
Because if you always need an interpreter, that really limits your opportunity. And I think sometimes when we make it easier to not learn the language, that it's a detriment to people. And that's, our country's a melting pot. I mean, my ancestors are German, and they had to learn to speak English. We have to have one language, I think, as a nation, and we're all Americans. It doesn't matter where we came. We all came. That's the cool thing. We all came from someplace different, but we're all Americans.
Yeah. So, and one aspect of that is that we have, one of my initiatives is a Community Partners Workforce Education Initiative. WEI is what they call them. DWD uses a lot of acronyms, and I don't know what all these acronyms mean, but I just rattle them off as well, like I'm part of the crew, even though I'm 2 weeks in. So I apologize about that, but WEI, we're doing an initiative with ABC. If you know, they're in Winona Lake.
Yeah.
Yep.
American Brass Cloth.
ABC is wanting to take 2 hours out of their work schedule to bring us in to teach their employees English.
That's huge.
At no cost, the employee's still going to be paid.
It says high voltage, they know it says high voltage.
Yeah, so, right. I'd love to be able to do that in other places. I'd love to take it to Maple Leaf. I'd like to take it to Creighton. Just different places, be strategic about it so that if there's a need, we want to fill that need with our resources. And again, we're funded by our tax dollars and the Department of Workforce Development. So we want to be able to be in the room if there's a need, so.
Do you have
Teddy,
a card?
go ahead.
Do you have a card?
I don't. I'm 2 weeks in. I don't have a card, but
Okay.
I
We'll
can
be
give you,
here.
I can give you my contact information.
In 2 weeks, you
wanna
can
have
bring us
coffee.
back some cards. I know Teddy Roosevelt said, we do our immigrants a grave disservice by allowing them to come to this country and not becoming Americans in every way, learning our language, our traditions, and our way of life. If you come here and you want to be an American, then you're welcome. Like Brad said, it's a melting pot. But if you want to come here to bring your language and your traditions from where you came from, probably should have stayed there.
Well, I think so there's 2 parts to that. I think that that's the amazing thing, and is that culturally, we are amazing. We bring a lot of benefits where we come from. So
Sure.
whether it be language, whether it be culture, whether it be food, there's many important qualities that are important to be able to share, just like, you know, all of us have traditions, and we share those traditions, whether it be over Thanksgiving or whether it be during Christmas time or any kind of special, you know, occasion. I think not allowing for those traditions and that beautiful part of it to be shared, I think is a travesty, but there should always be an open space to be able to share that, so.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate your input. Anyone else have anything? Hearing none, we'll see you back here in 2 weeks.